Alright, let's do this as we would. Anything to see? Nothing to see. Great. So the left plate. Let's have a look at it. Examine the charm. It must represent the type of masks that need to be put here. Miroku is a fairy tale novelist, so I'd bet that this is related to fairy tales. Well, when I think about fairy tales that deal with cherry blossoms, I think Hanasaka Ji-san. You know, that one about the old man and the neighbor that kills the treasure-finding dog? In the end, the old man's cherry blossoms get him blessed, but the neighbor ends up in jail. Man, Japanese people in olden times really loved cherry blossoms. So this one is doggy. Doggy, doggy, doggy. I took out the dog mask. I set the dog mask in the left frame. It's probably something to indicate the types of masks I set here. Yeah, okay, cool. Retribution, huh? Feels like a common theme for fairy tales. Kachikachi Mountain comes to mind, but there's no rabbit or raccoon mask, so that's not it. This is probably the one you're supposed to do last when you just have one left. Okay, just look at it, just look at it. It must represent, yeah, we got it, dude. But the last is a really vague clue. Maybe if we went with process of elimination, we could figure this out. Never mind. This one is the process of elimination one. That's fine. I took out the pheasant mask. I set the pheasant mask in the right frame. Then... Whoa! The entrance to the secret passageway opens up once again. Nice, great job. I was just lucky. Come on, there's gotta be something pretty important up ahead. Sure. Something appears inside the secret passageway. It's a ladder. I'm pretty sure I took Rose with me in this go, but like when I did it before. We'll just take Ban, I guess. Man, it feels like we're finally gonna put the finishing pieces on this story. It certainly is giving off a dangerous vibe. We better be prepared for anything if we're gonna climb it. Go. I climb up the ladder. I held my breath as I climb up the ladder, and it was exactly as we figured. The vast attic fills our vision. Look, behind that sliding door. Yeah, let's be careful. Alright. I quietly edge over to the sliding door, and as I extend my hand to open it, what the? An odd figure appears as we hear the voice. There it is. Is that thing the screaming author? I know it's dangerous, but we have to do this. No matter what's lurking behind the door, we can't just turn our backs here. I forcefully open the sliding door in an attempt to rid myself of my fear and doubt. That's a lot of blood. There's nothing here. That's what it looks like. All we see is a completely empty room. With hella blood on the floor. I should be able to see something. I kneel on the tatami and adjust my breathing. I quietly press my palm against the mat. But... a mass of jumbled images fills my mind, and I can't tie them into any single image. Probably because it's a lot of blood from a lot of different people. It seems like this blood doesn't belong to just one person. It's going to be really hard for me to get anything useful out of it. There's a lock on the chest. This lock is pretty old. I'd guess that woman's picking tools won't work on this relic. We're probably better off just hunting for the key. Doesn't look like Rose would be able to get this old lock open right now. We're about to leave when I notice a sheet of black paper that was under the chest. What's this? Carbon paper. I guess a kid like you wouldn't know. It's carbon paper. They use it to make copies. It's like tracing paper? Let's just have a look at some other things. There's a dull antique mirror. Nothing stands out about it other than the fact that it's so cloudy and doesn't reflect well. Okay, there's nothing here. I don't like it. Seriously, there's nothing anymore. Like, I swear I played this game and I was like, wow, like I can, like, there's things when I move my thing around. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting confused with Deathmark, but I don't think so. There's an old typewriter here. There are black stains all over the keys, so maybe I should have done something else. The rest on the keyboard actually seems like it could be dried blood. I'll give it a shot. I feel around a section of the keys that looks particularly dirty. Cough, cough, ahem, cough. I hear coughing sounds. They sound like they're from a person that's in pain. I think I've heard this voice before. This voice. Eventually, the coughing stops, and then, in a firm voice, the voice says something. Engrave my fairy tale. Just now, that was him. It was the voice of the man on the tape. Did you hear something? Engrave my fairy tale. That's what he said. As I speak the words, the typewriter begins to make sounds on its own. Is he telling us to type with this? Sure, okay, so it wanted me to examine sheets of paper on the floor. Most of them are blank sheets, but there were a few with some sort of title typed onto it. Sati Kanigasen. Sati Kanigasen, huh? Based on the other, this must be referring to Saru Kanigasen. It also looks like the typist prefers Kunrei Shiki romanization. This is very easily translatable, very easy for like English people to do who don't know a lick of Japanese. But even if people know a lick of Japanese, this would still be really hard. If they were using the Hepburn system, TI would be THI and TU would be TSU. But whoever's leaving these puzzle clues behind is obviously using Kuren Shiki. I bet this bit of trivia will be super useful in your life. Is there anything else I have to look at? Most of them are blank sheets, yeah. Sitakiri hana kobutoriai. I'm guessing they refer to Sitakiri Suzume and Kobutori Jisan. Miraku's works are takes on fairy tales, so it makes sense that the titles are references. The keys are completely rusted and I'm not even sure if it'll work. There's already a sheet of paper set into it and I see part of something typed onto it. No ongaisi. A, B, S, T, U are the only working keys, so the word must only use those letters. I press one of the keys that works. However, nothing appears on the paper. It seems like the typewriter doesn't have any ink. Huh? Van takes a look at the typewriter. Well, of course it can't type anything. There's no ribbon in it. Ribbon? It's a tape of ink. It goes between the type hammers and the paper. The hammer hits the ribbon and leaves a mark on the paper with the ink from the ribbon. So you're saying the typewriter's out of ink? That's right, but it's a pretty simple machine. All you have to do is place something that can print letters between the hammers and the paper. So the carbon paper. I take out the carbon paper from my bag. Can we use this? Ban carefully examines the typewriter. Well, I think it'll work. You should be able to get some letters if you put it in between the hammers and the paper. I put the carbon paper into the typewriter to take the place of the ink ribbon. Tubasa instead of Subasa. I fill all of it out. Whoa. The keyboard starts clattering on its own again. Even the keys that were stuck fast earlier are now smoothly typing onto the paper. Whoa, I think this is what they refer to as psychography. We gawk at it as the paper fills with sentences and rolls out of the typewriter. We pick up the paper and look it over. This is what was written on it. I failed with many of them in the past, however, I managed to save the fourth birdie. Though it is their role, all the birdies have lost all 4 limbs, it's truly saddening. The fourth birdie wails that it does not want to be seen and it wants to die. Truly a pity. I shall at least give her wings and transform her from a little birdie into a beautiful crane. If she became a crane, I'm sure it would show me utmost gratitude, even if it died. That's all the typewriter writes. Oh. Do something in the bed. Hey, Kojima. Suddenly Bam points at the bed. Take a look at that. What is that? When did it get that way? There's now a bulge in the bed that looks like someone is sleeping in it. I'd rather not. The bulge is about the size of a grown man lying down sideways. It smells like rotten food. Yeah. A powerful stench violates our noses. We've been in this room several times before, but it never smelled like it did now. Something has definitely gone bad here. I'm sure it's what's causing that bulge. Kojima, try looking under the sheet. Sure. The smell gets more and more intense as I get closer to the bed. Trying to breathe as little as possible, I place my hand at the corner of the blanket and I pull it back in one motion. Ew. What the fuck is this? On the bed lies a lump of meat that's covered in rot. The skin of what looks like a head on the pillow seems to be infested with maggots. It looks like the corpse of a man. Why are there so many arms? The most bizarre thing about the corpse is that there are many arms stapled together. They're all skinny and flexible looking. They must belong to little girls. Looks like the kid's arms are embalmed. I'm guessing they belong to the girl from the Ban's words cut off. Why would anyone do this? Did the spirit do this? I wouldn't be so sure about that. Take a look at the tool next to the corpse. This, not that. Oh, this. It's a surgical stapler. It's used to staple open wounds shut. It's for stapling together flesh, you mean? Yeah, you got it. There's a chance that this man stapled those arms to his own body himself. ¿Por qué? I can't bear to look at the freakish corpse any longer, so I cover it and leave the room. That corpse, it must be Yakumo Miraku. I don't know what he looks like, but judging by the white hair, I bet it was him. Hang on. If Miraku's here, then who's the you really thought that child voice was the author? Come on. Then who was the screaming author? Someone who died in this place while leaving behind an intense grudge. And if it isn't Miraku, you know who that leaves, right? Hearing the word grudge, my mind immediately thinks of the tear-filled screams and pleas of the girls that were recorded on those tapes. That means I recall the contents of the Tsubasa no Ongaisi that came out of the typewriter earlier. I failed with so many of them in the past. However, I managed not to kill the fourth birdie, because I'm sure that even if it were to die, it would be able to die in peace. We haven't found the fourth girl doll, and what with the title Tubasa no Ongaisi indicates, it does not roll off the tongue well, the spirit must be T, the last girl killed by Miraku. Fuck. I feel my stomach turn once again, yet another time it's happened since I entered this place. I'm sure any sane person would feel the same, but I can't allow myself to look away from it. I have to face the tragic reality. If I can't, then I may as well just embrace my coming death. Oh, right. Let me give this to you. It was next to the pillow where the corpse was. Oh, you went over there. Okay. Ban tosses a small pouch to me. It contains an old key, a syringe with liquid, and an empty medicine bottle. The label on the bottle reads Midazolam. Midazolam is a benzodiazepine sedative. It's used in pre-anesthetic medication. He might have been using it when he was operating on the kids. The key is probably... It probably goes to the chest in the attic. The size matches with the keyhole. The old chest sitting in the back of the attic that seemed like it was hidden away. Seems like it's finally time to open it. This feeling. The screams from the mouths pierce my brain. The tale has reached happily ever after. Don't peek in, 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 don't peek, don't. Please don't look, please don't look, please don't look, please don't look. Minaide. I don't have much time left. I'm gonna fucking die. Gotta go to the attic. Naturally. Yeah, okay, I don't know why you made me do this, but okay. Climb up the ladder. Sorry, give me 1 second. Ooh. We return to the attic. The paper lantern is emitting a white light. What the hell's going on? He says that a lot. The sliding door is now completely open, and I hear what sounds like pained breathing. What do you mean you pleaded? She told you not to look, bro. She said Minaide like 1,000 times. After clicking my tongue, I walk towards the voice to see what's there. My whole body is wrapped up in something that comes from overhead, and quickly jerked up into the air, and the impact causes me to drop my flashlight. Crap, the flashlight. I feel like I'm a bug that's flailing around inside a spiderweb. Whoa. Fuck. What's the hell's going on? Ban, you're in the way. Move over. How exactly do you want me to do that? I'm completely flipped upside down. I squeeze my head against Ban's body so I can actually see. A dark silhouette falls from the ceiling and its outline began to gradually form. Shit. So this is the screaming author. From the front, a scream pierces my mind and I see stars for a minute. Think, how should I deal with this? Once again, I take a deep breath and try to focus my concentration on one point. But... this was the design I found really interesting, by the way. I think the fact that I'm all tied up like this is preventing me from fully concentrating. You gotta be kidding me. I have to stop that voice. Damn it, I can't move. Hey, I can move an arm, that's something, right? What do we do? Right, well... I think it's this. It's kind of hard to see. The wire is stretched very tightly. It feels like it'd cut me if I touched it. It's vibrating considerably. Maybe it's resonating with the scream. That's right, back at the passage. Rose mimicked a communicating cry and we managed to survive. Hurry up, I'm gonna die. Hey, take the clump of stiff hair out of my backpack. Clump of stiff hair? What in the hell are you gonna do with that? Stop talking, just hurry up and get it. It's so loud. Okay, got it. What do you want me to do with it? Rub it against the wire as hard as you can. What? You know what? Whatever. Here goes. Ban straightens the bundle of hair and firmly rubs it on the wire. The hair is still being rubbed on the wire, and the screen gradually dies down. The screaming author moves a bit, which causes us to move around quite a bit too. In my new position, I can't see what's in front of me once again. On the bright side, the movement also frees up one of my arms. Hey, you're right. Damn it, these wires have got me wrapped tight. The voice is coming from above me. Looks like the weight I feel on my back is Ban. Forcing my head into a position where I can see again, I see the screaming author's bird-like leg. Is it crying? Just kill it! If it screams again, we're done for. We don't kill here. Not a crane. What the hell does it want me to do? This creepy looking leg looks like a bird's. Perhaps because it notices me looking at its legs, the screaming author gets noisy. Apparently I need to use the spray paint. I remember what was written on the ballet flyer that we found in the bedroom. First act collection, blah 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 blah. Please enjoy their energy, adorned with colours. If the screaming author is Child T, the girl who was killed last, she must regret how she wasn't able to perform at the recital. I take out the spray paint, reach towards the leg and start spraying. Hey, what are you doing? I paint the bird-like leg yellow. The screaming author looks at its legs and... it feels like it smiles a bit. The screaming author repositions itself once more. Whoa. I feel like I'm a blender or a clothes dryer as my world flips upside down. I'm all tangled up again. I can only move my leg, and this time I'm upside down. It's a bit more slack now, but if it keeps doing this, it's gonna kill me. What's it saying? Hey, what's wrong? If you don't pay attention, you're gonna get us flipped over again. I know, let's do this. I see the fire from the paper lantern at the tatami mats above my head. I might be able to reach it. Light the incense. Take the incense from my backpack and light it on fire with the paper lantern. Paper lantern? That seems far. Can I reach it? Ban tries to reach the lantern. Damn it. The incense just can't quite reach the paper lantern. Well, in that case... Hey, this is gonna hurt a bit, but focus and power through, okay? Wait, what are you planning? My reply to Ban is a heavy kick to the back with my free leg. God, that hurts. The force of the kick is enough to get the incense to touch the lantern's flames. Smoke creeps out of the incense where it touched the fire and it quietly starts to burn. Alright. Alright, I have a fire source now. Just gotta find a spot that'll burn easily. The screaming author flaps again and my world spins around once more. I'm now basically face to face with it, which makes it seem intentional. Whoa. Ban is rendered speechless. The screaming author sounds like it's trying to tell us something. Damn it, I'm all wrapped up again. Hold on, I'll end this. I can see the torso of the screaming author. It hurts to see its tattered clothes. Where should I strike to finish it off? I mean, I guess it's the last thing. Did it just say the trunk? Like it's that... Did it mean torso? Like it's that simple. Man moves around, though bound, and tries to hand me the lit incense, but... We try a bunch of times, but I still can't get it. It's no use, I can't reach you. Guess we have no choice. Throw it to me. Haha, I guess we're all in on this. Alright, here's hoping we don't crab out. With a flick of the wrist, the lit incense gets tossed towards me in an odd arc. If I just sit like this, I won't catch it. Ugh, come on, reach. The wire digs deep into my flesh, but I fight through the pain and reach out for it. Hot. The incense scorches my fingertips, but I manage to grab hold of it. Nice catch, now finish it. This'll do it. I stretch my arm out as far as I can and press the lit incense onto the screaming author. Hey, what's happening? Just hold on, I'll... The screaming author stares at us quietly, but... Then it shakes its head slightly and takes a deep breath to scream once again. But just at that moment, its clothes catch fire and the flames engulf them. Believe it or not, that was the right thing to do. Inside the flames, the screaming author kicks its legs almost joyfully and then falls to ashes on top of the tatami mat. It wanted to be burned. Ow. The wires that had held us tight are cut and we dropped pretty roughly. Well, looks like we lived through this. Yeah, somehow. Like usual, the curse disappears, but wondering how much longer this is going to keep happening makes me depressed. I look at the floor where the screaming author fell to the ground, but it had disappeared. Now there was just a pool of blood in its place. If you use your powers, you should be able to get some information about your sister, right? Come on, hurry up and try it. Yeah. Getting closer to the pool of blood, I slowly press my fingertip against it. Oh, we can see her really clearly now. I see Ami trapped in a place that seems to be the bathroom. It's the same scene as before. It's now 2 weeks since Ami disappeared, so I've been worried about her health, but inside the vision it doesn't look like Ami's any different than when she was taken. I want to get out. How long do I have to stay in here? Mum, Oni-chan. Ami groans in a tearful voice with her head drooped down. I hear a high-pitched sound like two hard objects rubbing against each other next to Ami. Ami's entire body lurches up as if she were just hit with an electric shock. Ami, I came to play with you. Kakuya appears and gently pets Ami's head. At the same time, a doll arm underneath her sleeve tightly grips Ami's body. Almost as if it was intended to be seen by anyone watching this vision. Ami, have you gotten used to Kakuryo? Ami seems to be refusing to raise her head to answer Kakuya's question. Kakuryo is a different world. You used to live in Utsushio. Here you won't get hungry or get old. You'll just keep playing with Kakuya right here. Until Kakuya gets bored. If you get bored, will you take me back? No, I won't. I'll break you. Kakuya doesn't like chatting, because you reveal secrets. Huh? What did I tell? Who did I tell? Kakuya must be upset about me saying something about NG, but Ami wouldn't know that I know, because she doesn't know that I'm watching her like this. But you can relax. I won't break you until I get bored. Ami, what do you want to play today? Tag, hide and seek, word games, house, or Ami. Seems like you saw her. So, how'd it go? From what Kakuya said, it sounds like Ami is trapped in a place called Kakurio. Kakurio. Like the Kakurio mentioned in Shinto. What? You know something about it? Just the basics of the religion. We're in Utsushio, the realm of the living. Kakurio refers to the realm of the dead. I'm not entirely sure Kakurio is that Kakuya's talking about is the same thing. That's not what I'm interested in. How do I get there? Why the hell do you think I would know? I bet even Rose wouldn't know. We don't even know what Kakuya meant by Kakurio, so how do I know how to get there? How would I know how to get there? I now know that Ami is in Kakurio. Unfortunately, I don't know what or where that is. Am I really powerless to help her? Don't get down, Kojima. Focus on what you can do for now. Let's open up that chest. That's what we came here for. I put the key in the lock and lift the lid of the chest. I saw a small, oddly shaped doll in a thick envelope. What? I feel compelled to scoop up the doll. It's an odd design with a girl's head on top of a stringy body. The face has a familiar hairstyle and hair color. It does a very good job of looking like Kakuya. Why is a doll with Kakuya's face here? Kakuya? Seriously? Why would this be in the Miroku residence? Don't ask me, how the hell should I know? The talk of dolls reminds me of the dolls with the girl's spirits in them that we found. I wonder if there's some sort of bloody source related to this doll too. I couldn't help but think this doll is important, so I shove it into my pocket. And what about that envelope? I opened the envelope at Ban's request. It contains scratch paper with detailed descriptions of things and some photos of girls. It's a memo left behind by Yakumo Miroku. It looks like he wrote about the girls he killed, but even with this, we still can't figure out why Miroku did such a horrible thing. And these photos are... In the photos, I see a girl dancing on the stage wearing a white ballet outfit. This is from a ballet recital. That's right, the victim went missing when she was coming home from ballet practice. I recall the appearance of the screaming author. Turned into... that. What the screaming author actually didn't want us to see, it was probably... Maybe that's why she attacked us here. She was probably afraid that we'd compare her to the photos of her old self that were in here. We leave the burnt-smelling attic, all of us full of dreary feelings. Well, you two certainly took quite a long time. I'd like to be filled in immediately, but the patrols are just about to start. We should leave here immediately. Let's meet at the Black Rabbit. I'll tell you what happened at the bar. Yeah, alright. I could use a bit of a memory eraser after all the crap we just went through. I part with the other two and head to the station. Because I run to the train, I managed to reach Kitsoji station earlier than they do. I find Aunt Natsumi in the Black Rabbit. She turns to me, looking unhappy. Something's off. She's not her usual friendly self. Perfect timing. I was about to call you. What's up? A detective was just here. A lady named Oe. You know her, right? Oe. Yeah, I remember her. That tall lady, right? Miss Oe is helping me with Ami's case. She's told me a lot. Like that you've been out late at night recently. I guess that lady detective went and ran her mouth to Aunt Natsumi. Is this her way of trying to pressure me because I was being uncooperative with her? You're doing something dangerous, aren't you? I can tell from those scratches on your arms. I looked down at my arms and realized that I've got a number of scratches on them. I must have gotten them when I was being swung around by the screaming author. You're doing this for Ami, aren't you? You're looking for some girl in a kimono, right? Miss Oe told me what you said when you talked to the police. After Ami suddenly vanished from the bathroom, you met a girl in a kimono. And that girl said she kidnapped Ami, right? Yeah, that's right. So, it's just like Miss always said. The other police I talked to didn't tell me anything about that. Probably because it sounds so absurd. Why didn't you tell me yourself? Isn't it obvious? I didn't think you'd believe me either. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken you seriously. But I haven't learned anything these past 2 weeks. At this point, your story about her being spirited away is my best lead. Akira, you'll tell me, right? She looks at me with a burning determination. The desperation of a mother who's lost her child, the persistence to find that child. Can't keep hiding it from her. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Give me a few minutes, I've got some people who are helping me. If they help me explain, it'll make everything a bit easier to believe. Eventually, Ban and Rose arrive at the bar. After formally introducing Aunt Natsumi to them, we start to talk about everything that's happened. We tell her about Kakuya, our investigations, spirits, Kakuya's game. When I'm unsure how I should explain something, Ban and Rose help me out. Aunt Natsumi listens quietly until the very end, never interrupting. So that's what happened. She seems shocked. That's not unexpected. I've actually faced a number of spirits now, and I still wonder if it's all just some nightmare. I understand if you don't believe our story, but every bit of it is true. Your daughter was kidnapped by this Kakuya doll. We and Kojima are pursuing it. I don't want you to get your hopes up for no reason, but at least your daughter's still alive. According to Kojima, people don't get hungry in the realm of the dead. Realm of the dead, Kakuryo. She repeats those words to herself quietly. Natsumi, if there's anything at all that makes a connection for you, let us know. We need all the information we can get. Right. I don't remember it very well, but I think Miraku once wrote a story about the realm of the dead. Oh, Yakumo Miroku again, huh? This guy seems to have quite a few connections to Kakuya. Could it all be a mere coincidence? How fascinating. When I hear Miraku's name, I remember all the disgusting and grotesque things I saw tonight. The corpse with girls' arms sewed onto it. That was what became of Yakumo Miraku, the children's author who murdered little girls. His acts of insanity and the girls' screams are all recorded on those tapes. Wait. Hey, Aunt Natsumi, I want to ask you something. Was Miraku a pedophile? What? Her eyes go wide at that unexpected question, but I press her again. Was Miraku a piece of crap who got off on tormenting kids? From what I know of him, he didn't have any hobbies like that. I never heard Satomi mention it either, and she was obsessed with him. Huh. I'm sure he hid his guilty pleasures so nobody else would find out. But the way Miraku sounded on that tape still bothers me. I can't believe someone who spoke so calmly could be doing something so depraved. Hey, Kojima, what's bothering you? You can't explain what we saw there without concluding that the guy was insane. Yeah, I know, but something's bugging me. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't figure out how to put it into words. Anyway, I've got a request for you, Miss Manager. Could you look into that book of Miraku's that references the realm of the dead? Just in case, you know. Yes, I'll do my best. Ban, Rose, I'm putting Ami's fate in your hands. Aunt Natsumi shudders and breaks down into tears. We won't let you down, miss. We'll find your daughter. As a reward, I'd like a bottle of blood red Grand Cru. Akira, I'm so sorry. I'm putting you in danger, but there's nobody else I can turn to now. Please save Ami. This one calls for a epic smile. Thanks. The next thing I know, it's already past midnight. We say goodbye to Aunt Natsumi and leave the bar. Oh, do you want to save? Which is a really good point for me to save. I will see you in the next one, the next time I record a video. Because it's late and I need to go to bed.